What's goody, everybody? It's your boy Melody, and I'm back with another video. And I know y'all excited to tap into the divinely aligned realm today. So come on in and take your seats and ground in peace, because we got a lot to cover today. But before we get started, I'm going to ask y'all to please hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell to stay in tune with future meetings. Like and drop a crown in the comment section below to be divinely greeted. And without further delay, let's get into it. So today's video is going to be about the Scorpio moon intuition. The Scorpio moon's intuition and psychic abilities. So if you got a Scorpio moon, you already know what I'm finna talk about. If you don't, if you're dealing with a Scorpio moon, then get out of here because you don't need to see this. No, I'm just talking. Yeah, so Scorpio moons. First of all, if you don't know, Scorpio is a water sign. The water signs are very intuitive. Fire signs are pretty intuitive too. If you hear some snoring, don't mind, it's my dog. But yeah, fire signs are pretty intuitive. But we talking about water signs today. So yeah, Scorpio moons are very intuitive and bordering on psychic, if not psychic. But so water deals with memory and intuition. You know, it holds memory and it holds memories. You know, like say if you speak something into your water, like before you drink your water, like speak good, kind words into it. It's a study that they have, like where they would freeze water that had certain words said to it, whether positive or negative. If they said something negative, it would like, hold. It would have a not so nice looking. It would have a not so nice looking form, and if they said something positive, it would have like a snowflake looking form. But I'm saying that to say that with Scorpio is very deep. It's very deep, and it holds on to memories. It holds on to memories of past lives, and it can also tap into future lives, or future dimensions and existences. And therefore, so this intuition can be all encompassing. You know, you can see things and, recognize things that a lot of people don't necessarily see with Scorpio moon. You know, Scorpio moon can see straight through things. You know, with Pluto being its ruler or co-ruler, traditionally Mars rules Scorpio, but it still rules Scorpio either way. With Pluto ruling it though, Pluto is a really far out planet. I forget how long it takes for it to cycle around, but it's a generational planet, so it doesn't cycle as often. So with that being said, with the moon being here and Pluto being so far out, the moon has a really large degree to how far it can see things and how far it can notice things. So if you look at like a solar system picture or something and you see how far Pluto is, that's how far, Scorpio's intuition can sense things. And Pluto is a dark, destructive, you know, it rules death and it rules destruction, dark, death, destruction, and some more things. But with the moon being in contact with this planet, it brings this intuition to Scorpio moon that is like above none else. You know, um, just being able to see things and know things, first of all, before they happen, or being able to see things while they are happening, or knowing things that are happening. That, say if you're in a relationship with somebody and you notice something different, you notice something off about them. You notice they not doing something how they used to do it, or you notice like, like say if your partner has a habit of coming home every day and giving you a kiss, and this one particular night, you know, uh, your partner come home and don't give you that kiss. Scorpio moon is instantly gonna jump and be like, what's that about? Like, cause it's like we just sense the subtle details of everything. And sometimes I will say that this intuition can border on suspicion, and you have to be able to be discerning enough to realize and recognize whether or not um to be able to realize and recognize whether or not what you sensing is you being paranoid and suspicious, or is it really intuition. And that's where you have to like tune into your body. Listen to your body. Listen to what your body say. If your body give you like a signal that what you feeling is right, then you right. If you feel like you just overthinking it and overanalyzing, because that's another thing that Scorpio moons can do. We can be very over analytical and psychoanalyze things to the point where we just paranoid and suspicious of everything. So, you want to be careful and you want to be discerning of what you are jumping to conclusions on. Don't jump to conclusions. The way to develop your intuition is to listen to your body. Don't listen to a lot of times what your head is saying, because like I said, you can overanalyze things and overthink things, and that's where your brain is not giving you the answers that you need. Your intuition is happening in your gut, your first mind. When people say follow your first mind, that's your gut instinct, and you want to listen to that. But yeah, this dog is snoring like a grown man. But yeah, just being able to see things that others don't see. Like, I just can think of a lot of times like where I would tell my friends or tell somebody like, they would come to me about a certain person, and I'd be like, I don't know about that. I don't know about this person, or I don't know about that situation. And sometimes they would either be like, of course people gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day, but eventually they gonna be like, you was right, like, because we can see that. We can see what a person is not saying, and also being able to like read body language and reading just the energy of the room. Is like really scary sometimes to how on point our intuition can be with peeping things and people peeping people. But like I said, if you're a Scorpio moon, you likely have been, you know, betrayed, depending on your aspects and depending on other placements in your chart. But Scorpio moon comes with like betrayal and, just receiving that from people, and it can in turn put you in a place to where you're not so trusting of people. So sometimes you can be very suspicious of people, and sometimes some people not necessarily on no bad vibes, but you can think that because of what you've been through and the type of people that you've been surrounded with. Um, but yeah, develop your intuition. Listen to your body. Trust your first instincts. That'll help you develop, how you sense things, and it'll help you develop how you sense things and how aware you are of things. Also, meditating can really make you more sensitive to your intuition and make you more sensitive to the energy in you and the energy around you. So pay attention to that. Um, and just, like really, like I said, when use your discernment when you feel something about a certain situation. Don't jump to conclusions like, oh yeah, they cheating, or oh yeah, they trying to betray me, or oh this or that. Just, go with the flow of things. You know, um, listen to your spirit. Don't listen to everything that your mind is saying, because that hurt and pain of the past, and even from past lives. Because um, not saying that other moons can't do this or other signs, but with Scorpio moon, this energy can go so far back. The moon in general is very watery, and it houses like past life memories and stuff like that. But with Scorpio moon, it's easy to sense it and easy to be aware of it, because of the fact that the Scorpio is dwelling underneath everything. Scorpio is dwelling underneath and below the subtle currents of energy. What's not being said, what's not, being acted out. Like, say, like your sister or brother or somebody, they off. They usually a happy, upbeat person, and anybody can read that, but it's like you can tell, even if, like, say somebody is acting like themselves, but you can tell that subtle little detail that's off. You'll be able to tell, like, something ain't right with them. I could tell something just happened with them, that they rub the wrong way about it. And Scorpio moons can just sense that. It's been countless times, like, where I can, you know come around some new people, or come around some people and tell that, they've been talking about me or something, or come around some new people or some people and sense like they don't really like me too much. And at the end of the day, I really don't give a fuck, but it's like I can sense that, and I know who to gauge, like who to put my interest in, or who to really converse with, because I'm a really reserved person, and I stay to myself. I just peep the energy of the people that I'm around, and I sense the vibe of my environment. And I read people very well, very well. I know who to surround myself with and who not to surround myself with. And now, as I've become older, that's pretty much myself, because of the fact that I just sense a lot of like off vibes with people. It's not a lot of authentic people, and Scorpio moons do not deal with that shit. Scorpio moons do not deal with like fake shit, and deal with like, faking it for the funk. Just trying to be around people for the hell of it, and just trying to be around people just because, oh, I want to talk, or oh, I want to socialize. No, Scorpio moon is not for that shit. If they feel like it's gonna be some weird energy going on, they feel like it's gonna be some just like some fake shit, or like people just coming together just to like be, and it ain't genuine. Scorpio moon is not going to be around that shit, and Scorpio moon can sense that. I can look at a motherfucker and tell like they phony, in certain situations. And sometimes it's so hard being like that, because you don't always want to see that. It sucks, especially when it's people that you care about, or people you love. You don't always want to see the bad things about people. And it can just make you just really be a hermit. Like, it can make you kind of like want to be alone, because you sense too much. And if you smoke weed, it makes it even more, like, it makes this energy even more expanded. Like when I used to smoke weed and I be around people, I had learned that I need to be by myself to smoke weed because when I'm around people, I sense my senses are overloaded because I sense way too much. I'm peeping the details that I see when I'm sober. They 10 times what I saw. The details I see when I'm sober, they're 10 times when I'm high. It and that's why I'm like I stay away from weed because I've learned to develop my sensitivities and my intuition to a point where I don't really need it. And it wasn't that I was using weed for that, but that's uh, another story. But yeah, Scorpio moons just it can feel like, and I know you probably heard this, but it can feel like a curse. But it's really not a curse. It's a gift. It's a gift to be able to sense and be aware of. It's a gift in it's a gift to be able to be aware of things that others don't see. Sometimes you don't want to see it though, but at the same time, it's like it's a gift. It's a gift, and some people are really uncomfortable by that. You can look at somebody and you can look straight through their ass, like beaming like a motherfucking laser beam straight through the ass. Like I see you for who you are. And I think also at the same time that can make us even more sensitive to where people can look at us, and some people can, but not a lot of people can really look at us and be like, they can't figure us out totally because we mysterious. That's just we not totally um, visible at first, and that goes into with the us being Scorpio moons like dwelling under the current, and you know we under the radar. You ain't gonna always peep us out. We real low key, real reserved, and we just be sitting back peeping the scene. You know, so yeah, it's really cool, like to be able to read shit and read situations and size situations up because it keeps you out of a lot of danger and it keeps you out of a lot of trouble. But for some reason, in love, it seemed like I think in love, you know, it works, but I think sometimes we can be like suckers for like when we get that little bit of affection or that little bit of like close intimacy, and not talking about sex but just like that closeness with a person, we can be drawn in by that and sucked in by it, and somebody could be like faking, and we'll see the red flags sometimes, but that little bit that we get, we just be like, it's good, like I want some more. But you just have to use your intuition and trust when you see them red flags, walk the fuck away, because when we get caught up in them situations, it can be hard to let go because we hold on to shit. We hold on tightly to people that we become invested with and come entangled with, especially sexually. Um, but like for real, like just listen to your intuition, listen to your body. You know, just trust what your body is telling you. Don't listen to your mind. Listen to your first instinct, your body, because because it's a rarity. We are a rare group of people, um, just because of the fact that we come off so genuine and loyal, and everybody don't deserve that. And I know I'm going off the subject of the video, but it all ties in. But just for real, like trust yourself. You know, that's part of like developing your intuition is trusting yourself. And beginning to trust in other people. You know, that's something I'm struggling with myself, is like trusting people. Um, and it's partly because I don't fully trust myself in like certain situations. I'm not gonna say every situation I don't trust myself. Uh, but yeah, building that trust with yourself and listening to your body. You know, when you peep something about somebody, you know, observe them. Like I said, don't jump to conclusions. Don't overanalyze it. But when you peep something about somebody first time, likely you're right about it. You know, don't try to question it, and don't try to, you know, just pay attention to how they move. You know, if you trying to have this person around you, pay attention to how they move. You know, if they move funny, they likely are a funny person, and you don't want to. You know, we like I said, we don't deal with that fake funny shit because we come hard. We come hard and we come strong for the motherfuckers we love. And you know, once that shit is fucked up, it's over with. So yeah, that's basically what this video is about. If you like this video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, drop some comments down below. Let me know how y'all feel about what I talked about here today. And that's all. Melody checking out.